Welcome back to the Widdup's packaging collection, and obviously we're going to concentrate on Mother's Day ideas with impulse ideas that are going to be quite simple to make and quite creative. We're going to first of all start by using some of the wonderful green tint, where we've taken two pieces off the roll, one roughly about 20 inches in width and then another one which is about 17 inches in width. And we're then going to use this wonderful cellophane that I created called Grace, and again we've taken two more pieces of the same width off the cellophane. We're going to use one piece of the gold craft paper, which is roughly 35 to 34 inches in length. So first of all we take our first two pieces of cellophane, and this will just sit nicely onto the craft paper, so we've actually got a nice edge all the way around, so it's going to make it easier for us to actually make a real nice finish to the backing for this design. So first of all we're just going to place the cellophane in that point, and we're going to fold the craft paper straight over so it's just covering the cellophane itself, and we're going to take some double-sided sticky tape and we're just going to run that double-sided sticky tape across the edge. So once we've done that, we can then take off the backing, and this saves us having to staple the actual craft paper in place, so it gives it a much neater finish. So it's folded and it gives a real nice neat edge to the design. We now repeat that process on the opposite side, again folding the craft paper straight over, and then again taking some more double-sided sticky tape right the way down that edge. So these sorts of designs, as we're doing here, you could have all these sort of backings already prepared, so it makes it much easier when the busy occasions come along. Again, fold over, and that is now giving you this nice backing to the design. So now we have the backing with the cellophane inside, and we're now just going to finish off the process by folding in the top area. So this is now giving a real nice neat finish to the piece. We're going to now take the double-sided sticky tape again just along that edge. Just scratch it just to make sure you get a nice contact, so it makes it easier for you to fold, and then we can just take over and turn, and just for that extra security, just a couple of staples just right on that edge, and there you immediately have this wonderful backing to actually create your design with the flowers. We are just going to take a selection of flowers, and here we've got some wonderful pink oriental and some grevillea and some aspidistra leaves. So first of all we will actually just take a nice piece of the grevillea, and we're just going to gently thread the pink oriental lilies. So we're using what we're classing as the tight budded ones at the top to start off with, and then we're just going to gently place another piece of grevillea in, and then start to bring some volume down to the bottom of the design, and then we can just add another. So with this design we're just using 4 stems of oriental lilies and just a little bit of grevillea, which really sort of gives you that real nice colour balance, and this hot pink's really bringing out the hot pink in your oriental lilies. So we're just going to take 3 aspidistra leaves, which we have just gently sprayed with leaf shine, so it really makes them nice and glossy. One to the opposite side and fold, so we're just getting that tying point of the leaf in the hand, and just gently fold back and tie, and that's all you actually need to create this wonderful design. So it's nice and simple and very quick to make. We're just going to now take a small amount of twine and we're going to just fasten those together. So when I'm actually tying, I'm just going to double knot and then pull, because that holds the twine and stops it from slipping, so it makes it a little bit easier. And we take that away. So there you just have 4 stems of oriental lilies with your grevillea, so really gives impact. Now we've got this wonderful backing, which means we can now gently place those wonderful lilies just on top of the backing, and we can gently just bring the cellophane and the craft, because we're using the craft to give strength, but at the same time we're using it to really give this wonderful background to your flowers. So it's really sort of giving impact for very, very little money. We're now going to take a small piece of the twine just to fasten under the end. I'm just gently trimming off just a little bit of the stem, because the beauty of this design is, even though we've actually made this wonderful backing, you could actually stand it once it's all finished straight in a vase in the shop, so you can actually use it as an add-on, so it can be delivered exactly as it is and the customer can just take it out of the vase, trim and put back in, so it's keeping all this beautiful packaging as well at the same time. Now with the other sheet of 2 pieces of cellophane, so we're keeping the same colour combination, we're now going to place those on top of each other, so we've got the pattern showing, and then we're just gently going to fold in half. Now to just control the cellophane, we're just going to just gently take the cellophane up the base, and we're now going to catch the cellophane in the hand and we're just going to gently scrunch. So it's just creating that nice little cup. So once we actually place this onto the base, it really gives that wonderful collar to the bottom of the flowers. So making sure that the cellophane sits nicely underneath. We can just tie off with the twine. Like so. So now that's ready. It can be placed in a vase with a nice bow, and this is so easy for the customer to actually lift out and condition. But if we're just sending it out just as a gift wrap, we now need to just finish off the base of the piece. So what we're going to do is just take roughly about 1.5. So if I measure this and say 1 square and another 6 inches, that should give me ample to actually cover the bottom of my stems. But I want to create still impact on the design, so just on one side I'm going to fold my craft paper. Now this is going to give me strength when I actually start to wrap this around, and I'm just going to take a little bit of the double-sided sticky tape across that edge, and peel away. Just scratch it if it doesn't catch fully, and then you'll be able to pull that back and fold in place. and we're just going to repeat that process just on the opposite side. Again, double-sided sticky tape straight down the back. And the reason why I'm doing this is so it just adds that little extra strength to the actual wrap and gives a neater finish to the actual design. So we've now got our wrap ready, and because we've got this wonderful point, it really gives that nice neat finish just to sit underneath. So we can take this under and we can just start to catch just around that base. So we're going to make sure that it's in the right position so that we can start to just place that just around the bottom section of the stems. And this will naturally move, so it's giving you this nice neat finish. Just hold off in place with a small piece of twine and fasten. This holds the craft paper in place. So now we can gently fold underneath this excess, so this sits nice and neatly under the stems, just kept with a small piece of sellotape. So now we've finished the wrap on the base of the design, we're going to take some of the wonderful cerise wired ribbon and we're just going to make a very small bow. We're using approximately about 1 meter of ribbon here, and we're going to take some twine to fasten off. And one of the most important things is that when you actually do fasten your bow, always take your tying point up to the top and then take it underneath the ribbon and then knot in place. So what this does is it makes sure it's totally secure and it's not going to swivel around when the customer walks away. So now we've created this wonderful bouquet, giving it much more of a contemporary feel, but the most important thing is that you should always make sure that you have as much information for your customer to see. So here we have a little bag that has our flower food inside and also our business card, so that we can attach this to the bouquet, and every customer will receive one of these packs on every order that we send out with all our information on. Plus they're also having a business card there, because if they are absolutely overwhelmed by what you have actually sent them, they're going to keep that card and advertise you to other people. One of the other things is that we can then take any information where we have labels, we can just add more information at the top so the customer knows exactly where they're coming from. But for 4 stems of oriental lilies with a few stems of foliage, really creates something stunning for Mother's Day.